there is nothing to add. From yesterday morning, I have been hearing the discussions. The youth session I missed, but I got to hear the summary. And I feel everything that is to be discussed has been discussed. But everything is discussed. So my job here is to only point out the points to remember. I want to add only one thing. Have confidence. Hindus are going to win. When I attend the elders' Baithaks in Bharat during my tours, they always ask me, see, I am working for 70 years. I am going to Shakha for 60 years. Will it be that I can see whatever we think, Param Vaibhav, with my own eyes? Nowadays, during last 3-4 years, since last 3-4 years, I am telling them one thing. You have taken much pains to spread our work. Now you rest. They are all above 80 years. Now you take rest. You just make sure that you live for 30 years and you will see everything you wanted to see while going to Shaka. This is not a prophecy. This is simple calculation. No doubt, the pitiable conditions of Hindus is still a reality. But many other things are happening. Yes, conversions are going on. But reconversions are also there. Sometime in past years, we lost the area of Nagaland, but now it is coming back. Every northeastern state now is in loud voice crying, we want our Swadharma. We lived with Hindus for 2000 years. We never lost our smaller identity, but Christians destroyed it in 200 years. We want to return to Swadharma. We want to live in Bharat, we want to work with Hindus. These things are happening. So there is other side of the account sheet also. When you take both sides into account, there is no other logical answer. And even in the world scenario, if you think of all sides, then there is no other go. Either Param Vaibhav Sampanna Hindu Rashtra must come in being in next 50 years. Otherwise, all our worries will be finished because there will be no dunya, there will be pralayam. That is the reality. And I am very confident that whatever may be today's picture, it is there, that bleakness of picture is there. Science students here, they have experimented in chemistry, experiment of titration. They know you have to add drop by drop, that alkali is added to acid. And the color changes only temporarily. So one might think, a novice, when it will change, whether it will change or not. When you get the right proportion, add a drop more and color changes permanently. That is going to happen. This is not prophecy. You may call it fool's hope. But fool's hope is the only difference. That is the only difference. When situation is desperate, it is the fool's hope which turns the wheel. What was the hopes of Dr. Hedgewar? If you had fed the data to the computer, what are the plus points Dr. Hedgewar having? Nothing. No power, no money, no publicity, no media, no workers. He had to start from less than scratch. And everybody started saying Dr. Hedgewar has gone mad. He is going to organize a society which is dead and can never be organized with the help of the small children who cannot clean their nose also properly. But it was a full soap and it turned the wheels. That is going to happen. That confidence you must have because it is going to be a reality. All these things are happening around us. We never despair in Bharat, our Swayamsevaks, because we know the science, we know the way. The only thing, we have to put proper efforts. Ashokji has called for availability of the life workers. What effort and what time we put, how much we discuss, how much we make hue and cry of the situation is not important. Cool-headedly, how much we proceed with our efforts. To start working, it will yield results. The other day, before coming here, the day before yesterday, I was in a concluding function of our Ghosh Shibir in Gujarat. A world-renowned management expert, that is how he was introduced, Mr. G. Narayan, he was presiding the function. He said, Hindus are treated like dogs in many places. Why? He is not a Swayamsevak. He doesn't know about Sangha. He helps Vidya Bharati. He sees Shakha from distance. He doesn't know anything about Sangha. He has read many books. He teaches management and leadership. But he has not taken pains to read any Sangha book. But he said, why? Dog is disorganized groups. Hindu society is disorganized groups. That is why it is treated like dogs. They have to be groups organized with direction. That is God. G-O-D. I said in my speech, I don't need to explain Sangha to you. Our management expert has explained this in a very easy way and in a better manner. So, we should start from ourselves. You see, Hindu society is in group. We are also a group, like-minded group. We have to develop ourselves into team. Every group is not a team. Every team is a group. But team must have goal. And everyone should work for that goal, not for himself. Leaders should see that the followers, they get the exposure. When there is time of peace, the followers, again, I remember that management expert, he gave the example. He said our organization should be like hand. It has got 5 fingers. Most important is the thumb. Thumb is the difference between the evolution of monkeys and man. So he said thumb is the leader. But it is always short. Every time fingers are right. But when there is conflict, sangharsha, then the leader shields everybody and forms a fist, which is very powerful. I am describing him because we all are working and we know all these things. I am just making you remember, nothing else. So different type of example I am giving. Then he said, leader has to take care of all the followers. They are of different type, of different heights. And there are troublemakers also. This one is a troublemaker. You are wrong, I am right. I should get this. Expel him. This is wrong, that is wrong. Come here, I will see you afterwards. But if leader takes care of it, then this is a very good mudra, jnana mudra it is. With every finger, if leader keeps personal contact and binds him into organization, on their own self they cannot bind. The finger, even if they unite, they cannot form a circle. Leader has to fill that gap. So in a very simple way, you also describe Sangha methodology. We know that methodology. We have to apply it fully. It is a very scientific methodology, tried and tested here for 86 years in Bharat. And we have to keep remember that Hindus are famous for their diversities. And more so when we think of Hindus abroad. Every country is different, problems are different. So, the style and programs will be different. But forming a group into team, science is the same. And when team recruits and trains, then it becomes an organization. So that recruiting, that training, it must go on. Through our programs, we should keep our attention on how much we are recruiting, how many we are recruiting and how much we are training. Programs for the sake of programs are not fruitful. When through our karyakrams, that is programs, we pay attention to karya and karyakartas, then in terms of expansion and entrenchment of our organization, it pays dividends. Otherwise not. You know it, you are doing it. We have a beautiful examples here since yesterday, starting from New Zealand to UK. Everywhere we are doing it. But we must remember it. Because when our programs succeed, then nothing succeeds like success. But success also brings some hallucination, some sort of nasha. And then human beings, they tend to forget. We must not forget this. That is the first thing. Secondly, we are organizing the whole Hindu society. In Hindus, we don't have any enemy. Even being Hindus, we don't have any enemies in this creation. There are some forces who have harbored deep enmity about Hindus in there, but we don't have any enmity. So we have to organize whole of the society, including Rahul Gandhi. Not now, not at this stage, sometime in future. So, our organization is not the only organization. Vishwa Hindu Parishad in each country is not alone. It is part of Vishwa Hindu Parishad universe. And Vishwa Hindu Parishad is not the only organization. There is a whole new creation called Sangha Parivar. It is a misnomer, but it is called that. And there is not only Sangha Parivar, there are so many Hindutva lovers who are working for Hindutva without coming to folds of Hindu Parivar. And there is not only that, there is a larger Hindu society. And for Hindu society, there is larger humanity. So we have to have coordination. Coordination is working together, staying together, and living together, working together, staying together. We live together, we work together, we stay together, and we have developed a science of it in our sharirik programs, physical programs, that we call samatha, science of walking together. So best example of the coordination, samanvaya. Everybody walks together in one unit, but nobody merges with other. Everybody keeps his own identity, distinct, maintains the distance, but maintains also the dressing, samyak. Everybody does his own work. It might be different at times. When the group turns, if everybody turns simultaneously, group will be diffused. One person is turning right, you have to go straight to that place and then only you have to turn. While he is turning right, you are walking straight. Different things you are doing. But in a coordinated way, you are keeping your group together. All this is understanding of coordination. Coordination depends on not the vyavastha, not the arrangement. It depends on your understanding. That understanding we have to develop. And then direction. Regarding that, I need not explain anything. You all know it, and Ashokji has very beautifully put it before you. Our direction is to organize the whole Hindu society. So, with minimum friction, we have to bring them together. When friction is unavoidable, we have to fight on our principles. There is a Hindi drama on Mahabharata, Andha Yug, Dark Age. But there is a very touching scene in that. After the war, Mahabharata war, Shri Krishna goes to meet Gandhari. All her sons have been destroyed in the war. So he goes, and naturally Gandhari is very angry. Due to you, we are devastated now. You could have avoided this war, you did not. And my children would have been victorious over Pandavas only for you. Because you were there, you suggested many tricks and you destroyed my sons. Therefore she gives shapa. Your race also will be devastated like this only. They will be destroyed before your eyes. Sri Krishna calmly smiles and says, it is quite natural that you should give me this shapa. Because you were mother of 100 sons and everyone is dead. And you are right in saying that I am the nimitta. But this was going to happen. It was what was ordained and it has happened. So I now ask you to calm down and think. What do you see? You go to the battlefield, see the wounded, see the dead. From each body the blood flowing, you will find that it is my blood flowing through each body. So Krishna also had that sangharsha, but with the spirit that every body harbors my own blood. So whenever there is conflict, we are going to fight on our principles. And fight with full force and full vigor. But we have to organize whole of the Hindu society. Why I am telling you this? Outside Bharat we remain in a very different kind of atmosphere. Ashokji said that we were not taught the Swadeshi education. Therefore that slave mentality is there. There are also other things due to this education and the sanskars in the atmosphere. We have to free our mind of every foreign influence. No matter whether we are residing, no matter, we have to do it in Hindu way. Our UK friends, they mentioned, they are running the NHSF by Hindu management. We have to impress the world. What is our goal actually? Why for invincible Hindu society? I heard Bhideji in the Vishwa Vibhag Sangha Shiksha Varga, first Varga, he inaugurated it. So I heard his speech. He said the Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh has inspired the Hindu Swayamsevak Sangh. The Hindus abroad in their own countries, they are building up themselves on the basis of their own ethos. Starting of shakhas and making the work sustainable was the work done by the past generation. Now this is the young generation who is going to shoulder new responsibility. Their responsibility is to develop the work in such a manner that by seeing this Hindu Swayamsevak Sangh, all the people all over the world, they should desire to emulate them and create their own Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangha on their land. That is, Hindu values, which are eternal human values actually, but because they were developed inside the four walls of this country, Akhanda Bharat, and traditionally they were developed by this society, that is Hindu society, they are called Hindu values. But they are actually eternal values of dharma, the balance by which individual sustains his family, his society, even nature, and strives to realize the reality, absolute reality, Brahman. Names are different. The reality is one. These values, they should dominate the world life. But domination not in the sense of its dictionary meaning. It is Hindu way of domination. Our conduct there should conquer the heart of the natives of those countries, and they should reshape their life on the basis of these values. So for the good of the humanity, we have to create this invincible and organized Hindu. Our goal is definite. We have developed a very successful method which can stand on all counts. Our programs are different, our names are different, but we are going to work together and bring this dream to reality, because there is no other go for Hindus and for whole world. And therefore, only thing we have to do now to increase our efforts, and therefore, one should start from oneself. What is our commitment to the work? What is understanding? I understand all these things? Is my thought and my mind is one with all this? If there is a slight disharmony, it will create major problems. So I have to undergo that sadhana. I have to think. I have to shape myself according to my goal and my method. Everybody in our work, he has to do this. Our work is a responsibility. It is not merely an achievement. It is internal and external. Externally, we do this, we do that, we solve this problem, we achieve that goal. But internally, we are progressing. We are reshaping ourselves higher and higher according to our goal. We are Hindus. Really, what are we? What is culture? Whether it is dresses and songs or whether it is something deeper. The other day there was a seminar in Bharat. It was about this cultural invasion. And naturally everybody is worried in Bharat, so that was expressed. But one social scientist, she was a lady, she started with the sentence that I am not worried about these cultural invasions. All these Western influences are only skin deep. They cannot conquer our eternal culture. And that is a fact. Lot of fashions have come and gone. And they will be coming and going. But the deep Hindu training that remains, it is traditional. It is in genes now. It cannot vanish. 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . . 。 . . . . . . . 。 . . 。 . . . 。 . . 。 . . . . . . 。 . . . 。 . . . 。 . 。 . . . . . . . . . . . . howsoever distance might have been covered by the generation, it might have diverted its path, but it will be brought back. We need not worry. We have to work, and we have to start from ourselves. We have to put the effort and try. How did Vishwa Hindu Parishad grow here? How did Sangha grow here? Or anywhere? Anywhere. People have put their time, quality time they have given. People have given their lives. Hard work, so many efforts. There are so many workers, everywhere in the world. Wherever this work is going on, you will find the examples. Yes, life workers are yet to be produced from abroad, but you have to go that way, because we have to do this job. When commitment is there, then there is no ifs and buts. Someone has to take lead, someone has to do it. Our Surya Narayan Rao ji has written reminiscences about Guruji. And that book will be opened, I think, in our Vishwa Sangha Shibir. It will be dedicated to. So, a parent came to Guruji with the plea that my son is going as pracharak. I am dissuading him from his intention, but he is not agreeing. Please tell him to take care of the family. I have invested so much. So Guruji said, naturally, you are worried about your family. You are a grihastha. You have your duties, and you are doing your duty in worrying about your family and its future. But you see, we are all Hindus, and you are also a part and parcel of Hindu Samaj. And there are so many families, like your family, there are so many families in poor condition and all these things. So you should be proud that your son is not worrying about single family. He is worrying about so many thousands of families of Hindu Samaj. So for the good of so many families, why don't you sacrifice the good of your family? That is the way of thinking, and we have to think in that way. And we have to produce life workers. What is my input of effort and time? Actually, the summary of youth session, first word was contact. Yes, contact is very much important. And to contact, whether on Skype or personal meeting, you have to give time. So how much time we are giving for our work, how much effort we are putting there, and what is our example? All these things are very good in lecture. I can go on like this for hours. I don't have that time. You have not allotted that much time to me. But our work is best understood by the examples we put. That is the way. It is very difficult to understand it theoretically from books or speeches. But you show the Sangha work, or you show a Swayam Sevak, you show a Vishwa Hindu Parishad worker, everybody understands. So as a Vishwa Hindu Parishad worker, as a Swayam Sevak, what is my example? How much I have polished it, how much I have made it more and more free of all faults, and more richer, with all the qualities that a Swayam Sevak or Vishwa Hindu Parishad worker should have. And how much extensively we have established contact in the Hindu society and the society we live in the country we live in. It is not the question whether we will succeed. We are going to succeed. There is no other go. But how soon is the question. And that we can answer only by putting our effort, our time, our example. Extend our work, entrench it in that particular area by our effort, and proceed to next place. Like that, if we strive endlessly, the victory will be sooner most. Otherwise, it may take years and it may take more toll. So this is the only question we have to answer. And we have to answer it successfully. Victory is definite. So, like others, again I repeat, even those who are not workers or those by the due to the age constraints, those who cannot work, they take pains to live for 30 years, they are going to see everything. They say in Sangha Prarthana or Vishwa Prarthana or our Shanti Mantra or anywhere in Hindu scriptures. Kalo varshatu parjanyam prithvi sasyashalini desho ayam kshovarahito brahmanas santu nirvaya aputra aputrinas santu pautrina abhaya adhanas sadhanas santu sarve santu niramaya. This type of world value domination of Hindus, they are going to experience. Effort is starting. Hindus have become Vishwagurus and they are creating this world. This point will come in modern history at the most after 30 years. That is my calculation. You form your own calculation, but one thing, 30 years or 50 years, that is immaterial. This is going to happen. You can reduce this time to 10 years if we put enough efforts. I request you all to put enough efforts in time, respond to Ashokji's invitation to give your life in quite a magnificent way and reduce this time to 10 years. Thank you very much.